Democracy, a word we hear every day, a word that moves nations, sparks revolutions, and shapes the lives of billions. But where did it come from? How did it evolve? And why has it become one of the most powerful political ideas in human history? Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the entire history of democracy, from its ancient roots to its modern-day battles for survival. Let's rewind the clock, all the way to 508 BCE in ancient Athens, Greece. It was here that the first recognizable form of democracy was born. But don't be fooled. This was not democracy as we know it today. Athenian democracy was direct democracy. That means citizens didn't vote for representatives. They voted on laws themselves. Every eligible male citizen, yes, male only, could speak and vote in the ecclesia or assembly. No women, no slaves, no foreigners. Out of a population of around 300,000, only about 30,000 could vote. Still, this was revolutionary. It was the first time regular people, not kings, not gods, were seen as the source of political power. One of the key figures, Cleisthenes, the father of Athenian democracy. He broke the power of noble families and gave more say to ordinary citizens. And then came Pericles, who boldly declared, "It is true that we are called a democracy, for the administration is in the hands of the many and not the few." Powerful words, but it didn't last. In 322 BCE, Athens was conquered by Macedon, and democracy collapsed. Now fast forward a bit to 509 BCE, Rome. Rome became a republic after overthrowing its king. They had elected officials, a senate, and even written laws, the 12 tables. But again, this wasn't full democracy. Power was held mostly by patricians, the aristocrats. The plebeians, or common people, had far less control. Over time, plebeians did gain rights, like electing tribunes to speak for them. But real equality? Not even close. In 63 BCE, the orator Cicero uncovered a plot to overthrow the republic. He cried out, "O tempora! O mores! Oh, the times! Oh, the customs!" The republic was in chaos, and soon Julius Caesar rose to power. After his assassination, surprise, it got worse. Augustus, Caesar's heir, became the first emperor. Rome moved from republic to empire, and democracy, once again, faded away. For over 1,000 years, democracy almost vanished in Europe. Kings, emperors, the church, they ruled with iron authority. The divine right of kings was the law of the land. Monarchs said their power came from God, not from the people, but not everywhere. In Iceland, the Althing, founded in 930 CE, functioned like a mini parliament. In Switzerland, small mountain communities held open-air assemblies. Tiny sparks of democracy, still flickering, still alive. Enter the Enlightenment, the 17th and 18th centuries. A storm of new ideas swept across Europe. John Locke argued that people had natural rights, life, liberty, and property, and that governments needed the consent of the governed, or they had no right to exist. These ideas? Revolutionary, dangerous. In 1689, the English Bill of Rights put limits on the king and gave power to Parliament. Then, boom, 1776. The American colonies broke from Britain, inspired by Enlightenment ideals. They created a republic. Yes, it still allowed slavery. Yes, women couldn't vote, but it was a major leap forward. Then came the French Revolution in 1789. The people cried out, "Liberté, égalité, fraternité." Freedom, equality, brotherhood. France overthrew its monarchy, and democracy had its shot. But chaos followed. The guillotine, civil war, and then Napoleon. Democracy was crushed. But the idea, it was out of the bottle, and it wasn't going back in. The 1800s saw democracy slowly, very slowly, spread. Britain expanded voting rights, first to more men, then later to women. Movements like the Chartists pushed for representation. In 1848, a wave of revolutions erupted across Europe. Most failed violently. But the desire for democracy, it was loud and clear. In the U.S., Abraham Lincoln spoke during the Civil War and said, "Government of the people, by the people, for the people." America ended slavery, but still held back full rights from women, Native Americans, and others. The struggle continued. The fight for democracy was far from over. The 20th century brought huge victories and terrifying setbacks. After World War I, monarchies collapsed. Germany and others tried democracy, but were plagued by instability and poverty. That's when fascism took root. Hitler in Germany, Mussolini in Italy, Stalin in the Soviet Union. Though technically communist, it was authoritarian to the core. Mussolini once said, "Democracy is beautiful in theory, but a fallacy in practice." World War II wasn't just about land. It was a fight between freedom and tyranny, between democracy and dictatorship. When the Allies won, the United Nations was formed. Human rights were declared. And in 1947, India, led by Mahatma Gandhi, became the largest democracy in the world. Today, over half of the world's countries are democracies. But don't get too comfortable. Democratic backsliding is real. Look at Hungary, Turkey. Even in the United States, some fear the rise of authoritarian thinking. Misinformation spreads online in seconds. Populism is on the rise. Trust in institutions is fading fast. Yet, people still fight for freedom. From Hong Kong to Iran to Belarus, they rise up even at great cost. Because democracy isn't just about voting, it's about rights. It's about accountability. It's about you having a voice, and it must be protected, nurtured, rebuilt again and again. From the hills of Athens to the streets of New Delhi, from whispers in Roman forums to the roars in modern parliaments, democracy has journeyed a long, hard road. It has stumbled, fallen, and risen again. But at its heart lies one powerful truth. Power, in its purest form, belongs to the people. If you enjoyed this journey through time, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for more history that actually matters. And tell us in the comments, what does democracy mean to you?